how's it going? How you doing today?
It's going okay. I'm just a little bit anxious, anticipating being with my family during the holidays, and I'm not sure how it's going to go this year. There hasn't been a lot of changes, but I always get anxious around this time of year.
Oh, I'm sorry that you're feeling like that. Can you explain more what's about to happen with your family?
So all of my birthday and my sister's birthdays are all in like the next couple of months. Well, all in December. Mine just passed, and then Christmas is coming up, and just like Thanksgiving, and then my parents' anniversary is also in December. So I've always grown up with a lot of things happening just during this time of year, and I think it's just made me really nervous, even just thinking about all of that's about to happen, alongside like living my everyday life. That whatever responsibilities that I need to get done, it just becomes harder to do that because I know how stressful it's gonna be or already is dealing with all the events coming up with my family, and how like interacting with my family isn't always the easiest.
Oh, wow, it sounds like you got a lot coming up. Seems like you have a lot of family events going on that are happening, that are coinciding with the holidays, but then you have a lot of personal things that you need to do separate from your family, so it feels overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. Like I definitely feel overwhelmed, and I think exactly what you said is there's a lot of just things in my own life that I need to get done, and then now I know like there's like an obligation and responsibility to be like present with my family too, and that stresses me out because I don't know, it's not the same as it was before, and I haven't interacted with my family all together in a while. So I don't know like who's gonna assume what role, and I just don't know how it's gonna go. And it's always been stressful, so I'm assuming it's gonna be stressful this year too.
So these events are always stress-inducing for you?
Oh yeah.
But it also sounds like you're worried because you're trying to anticipate how exactly it's going to go down.
Yeah, I
this year.
I didn't really realize I was doing that, but I am. I kind of want to mentally prepare myself, just to like I know my parents always want us to like be together as a family, but then they always have like their own separate like plans with the church and stuff that they want to do, which is fine. But what upsets me is like how they always, put on like a thing where it seems like we're all going to be together and it's going to be like totally different than what they actually have in mind. So I wish they would just be clear about what's actually going to happen versus like trying to make things happen that like physically won't happen.
Oh, it sounds like maybe some expectations aren't getting met.
Yeah,
or a false sense of security with what you think will happen and then what actually does end up happening with your parents.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's like a false expectation, but it's frustrating because I only expect things because they told me things would happen. So It's not really like it's not always me expecting things to be the same. I'm expecting things because they specifically told me, what would happen on certain days for whoever's birthday or whatever holiday. But they always tend to change their mind just kind of on a whim, and they expect everybody to be able to adjust to them. So it makes it really hard and stressful to like constantly be planning and replanning things, and then trying to be together, and everyone has their own schedules and lives going on, so it makes it even more hectic. But it's just frustrating because it's just like hectic for no reason. So I don't know how to like tell my parents in a direct way without hurting them. Like, can we just be, stick to one plan this year for whichever event we're planning? Can we just like decide? But they tend to just like change their mind whenever they feel like it.
That sounds really frustrating. On top of it being the holidays, there's all these other events. You guys all have your own separate lives going on. So you get together to spend time, but it doesn't really end up happening according to plan because your parents end up changing them, and then it leads everyone kind of running around figuring out what the next step is because now things aren't going according to plan.
That's exactly what happens and how it is, and it's just really frustrating, and it's like almost makes it like not enjoyable to even be around my family because of how they tend to be. And yeah, it's just really stressful just even thinking about it.
That sounds like a lot,
Yeah.
especially, in general, the holidays can be very stressful for people. It's totally normal to feel stressed out because there's a lot of different expectations and you have obligations and trying to find a balance between everything and getting things done. So I'm sorry that you're feeling like that.
Yeah.
Have you tried talking, if not to your parents, have you talked to other members in your family about how the routine can be maybe modified to be a little more cohesive and clear cut and everyone on the same page?
I haven't yet. I'm not sure like really what to say, and I'm a little nervous, to say it to them. I don't know how they're gonna react. So I haven't really thought about it like that far as to what to say, how to say it, and their reaction to it. But I do want to address it. So I mean, I guess I just need help, like what to even say, how to say it.
It can be scary talking to your family about your feelings, and it sounds like you've been trying to be flexible, but it's just not working out for you because it's leaving you frustrated and not happy, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I really have been trying to be flexible. Exactly what you're saying. And I don't know if it's just like me kind of trying to do too much, but I always end up doing like picking up the slack. But at this point in my life, like I really can't, and so I think that's what's like causing me even more stress because I'm like I don't know who's gonna help out my parents because usually it would be me, but now that my schedule's like busier and my responsibilities and obligations are more important at the moment, where I'm just like I don't know like what's really gonna happen. So
yeah, so it seems like you have to pay more attention to what you have going on instead of being that helper for your family. So the roles are kind of shifting a little bit.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely shifting. And so, I don't know, it's just, I want to be present. I want to enjoy my time with my family because we don't get to be together all at once at the same time. So that's what's also like kind of frustrating is like, I wish my parents would see the importance of like, that we're all together. And I don't know, I just need help not being stressed out about it, but actually being there and present and enjoying the time I do have. So, yeah. I feel like maybe I should just talk to them about it. I don't know.
Well, you can't control what's going to happen. Unfortunately, we can't tell people what to do and have them cater to our every wish and need. But we can try to communicate to people and set boundaries and hope that they can respect it. And more importantly, you can figure out what you're willing to take and what you're not. And it's okay to not be okay with the way things have been going for the past years when this time of year comes around. But addressing that can be really difficult.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a very, like, kind of fragile topic. So I'm just like, I want to address it the right way, or I don't know, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to be heard, but you don't want to make anyone feel bad.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just hard.
It is. So you have a lot of things coming up that sounds like you have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I could avoid them, I would. I mean, I don't know if I would. I would just not be there as often, but I kind of have to be there. And I do want to see my family, but I just don't know, like, really how to navigate how stressful it'll be and all that comes along with being around my family.
So would you say that your main goal right now would just be trying to just get through this in the least stressful way that you can? Or what, can you help me figure out what type of goals you have to get through this period?
Yeah, I think one of the goals I really would want to kind of have is just being like not blowing up on my family and just kind of accepting the situation making the best of it type of thing. I don't know. I think the goal, maybe another goal would be just to remember like the positive aspect, even though there's, in my mind, maybe there's like other things that I wish could be better, but also just remembering like what it's like. I'm grateful that I still am able to see my family, and they all came, we all came together, because I know a lot of like other people can't like come out. So maybe just like remembering to stay positive and like, kind of cherish what I do have with my family versus focusing on like the negative aspects of it.
Okay, so you want some help in being present and focusing at the moment.
Yeah, I do. Just being able to be present with my family instead of always remembering how, frustrated I get with them, because then I kind of lose out on like being with them. I just want to focus on the positive this time during the holidays. But I need help doing that because I easily go to the negative.
Yeah, I think that it's really easy to, get into those automatic negative thoughts because you have so much history with your family.
Exactly.
It's emotional. It's not just people you deal with one time and then you never have to see them. It's very, deeply, you have a deep connection and history with them. So it's totally normal to think of the negative when you're in the moment and forget that you are really appreciative. It sounds like you do really care for your family and like being with them. And since everyone has a hectic schedule, getting together means a lot to you.
Yeah.
So we can focus on getting the most out of the time that you do get to spend with them.
So yeah, I just, I really want to be present with my family this time around. I think I realized that in the past or the previous years, I kind of went through the motions because it was all happening so quickly, and I didn't really get to enjoy like everything that was going on, and I don't want that to happen again. But it's just hard because inevitably I get so stressed out, and I just don't know how to really redirect, my thoughts and my stress, I guess, into, focusing on the positive and just being happy, or trying to like stay happy with my family around.
So, since this time of year is always stressful, what are some things that you've done before in the past that helped you deal with the stress, or maybe didn't help, so I can get a better idea of how I can help you?
Well, in the past, like I would kind of drink a little bit too much, and that made me realize, like, okay, I don't want to do that, and I want to address the situation. So I stopped doing that. I used to work out. That helped a lot, just kind of managing my own stress. Just being with friends also really helped me, and just kind of, they helped me reevaluate, like, it's important to be happy and present with my family and people I love. So that's what's really helped me. I can't really think of anything that hasn't helped me, probably because it hasn't helped me and I didn't remember. Yeah, so.
Okay, so that's great. You know what really works for you, but of course you can't work out and be with your friends at the same time.
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
work. So, but that's great that we do know those things that you need to do, like working out, talking to friends. That self-care is really important during these times of high stress. Mm-hmm. When you're with your family, some of those are harder to engage in, but we can go over some coping skills to practice when you're in the moment to better handle a situation, because situations come and go. And even though I know it feels really overwhelming in the moment, if we stay present, we can get through one hectic moment to the next, and hopefully feel more calm. We can redirect some of that focus onto some positive thinking and being more mindful of our thoughts. So what I'm thinking, and if you're open to it, maybe we could do something to help you remember to engage in those thoughts. Maybe a visual reminder. We could do a cue card, or maybe we could set some reminders on your cell phone. They'll go off periodically telling you some positive things about your family, or just positive things about you, to just remember to think positively, because it sounds like you really want to focus on that, and that's what you want to do in order to help enjoy your time with your family and also de-stress.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that actually sounds like it would really help me a lot. I mean, I'm really open to that and would definitely want to like maybe set that up next time or whenever I meet with you again.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Maybe we can go over some more skills together next session. But in the meantime, in between then and now,
Mhm.
okay, for next session, I think it'll be really beneficial if when you get home, you could write down a list of some of the positive aspects about your family or just positive things about maybe each member that we can focus on so we can make those reminders that will hopefully get us closer to addressing how to communicate with your parents, like communicate with them because they're going to be in your life for your whole life.
Yeah.
So let's try to make the best of it, and we can do that with setting up some communication skills. But first, let's deal with the stress that you're about to endure.
Okay, yeah, that really sounds good. Something I'd want to do, and thank you.
Great. Okay, so I'll see you next time with the list of positive aspects of your family then.
All right, thank
Okay,
you.
bye.